Okay, welcome to Wellness Conversations, the Woo Woo Show. I think we finally made it in at 6:05 p.m. There's always lots of gremlins in the air. They seem to, I guess they know, Pip. I guess they know that our show is on in Spiritual Events Directory. I think they know now. I think all of the entities, all of the woo-woo, they know that we come in every Sunday evening between 6 and 7 p.m. And so now they're just gathering momentums, and every time we go to come in, audience out there in Spiritual Events Directory land, every time we go to come in now, there's some kind of techie issue, isn't there, Pip? We had some issues tonight. So welcoming in this space, I'm Michele Scott from our wellness community. And the Woo Woo series is sponsored by Spiritual Events Directory, as well as, I should actually mention our events partners as well, Pip. We've got Julie Lewin, Medical Intuitive. We've got Luann, Marine, Goddess and Purpose, and Sondre, Calic, Feminine Power and Prosperity. Also, we're sponsoring our show. And each and every week we bring a guest into the space. We talk woo-woo, we do some woo-woo. It's all about the woo-woo. And this week we welcome back, Pip's been on before, Pip Coleman from Conscious Courses and Therapies. Welcome to the show, Pip. You're on. You're in.
I'm in.
You're in, baby. So let's just, I think that we can never tell from the Zoom webinar. I know that Basie's got some rooms now. We'll have to try and sort of figure out how all of that works. But let me see if I can quickly get in there. So ladies, joining us, ladies and gents joining us that are becoming our, very gorgeous groupies and fans and following us each week. You know the drill. For those that don't know, we come into the space. We want to talk about the unique, the unusual, the unknown. Of course, we're going to, plug some special things that Pip's got coming up, and we are also going to do some readings.
Yes.
So let's have a look, Pip. Let's have a look at who's joining us on live. Yeah. I do have to. Beautifuls. We've got 29 beautiful peoples. It's gone up to 32. So we are going to do some readings. You can pop a little. We'll just get to where we go wherever we are called. We'd love to read for everybody. It's not always possible to read for everybody, but between Pip and I, either one of us will do a reading for whoever kind of shows up next. But we do tend to over-deliver. So Pip, tonight we're just going to do, 1 or 2 minutes so that we can try and get to as many people as we can. But we also want to spruik about. So Pip is so gifted in so many different modalities. We've got Pip's fantastic published novel, Finding My Soul at Sea. But Pip, you're also, exactly, look at that, it's in the background, we've got the visual. Pip's also a Reiki master. And Pip, we know that you've got the Archangels, passionate about the Archangels. You've got a workshop coming up in our wellness community, in our retreats room. We want you to sign up and sign on, ladies and gents out there. But Pip, a little bit more about your fabulousness.
Well, thank you. Joining fabulousnesses, people, goddesses in the group. The Archangels have been a bit of a passion for me for the last about 15 or so years. When I first got into them when I went and did my training as an advanced angel intuitive with Doreen Virtue, way back in 2006. And gosh, that's 16 years. So I came home from working on cruise ships, and I decided that I was going to go and do this course with her because she was coming to Australia. And it was amazing. It was amazing. Yeah. I felt like I was in this group of 800 women. Oh, there's a few men, but not as many as there are nowadays. But there was mostly women, and it was 800 people, and they were all like-minded, beautiful souls. And I just felt like I'd found my tribe. I'd found my place. And the Archangels have always really fascinated me because they're like the team leaders of the Archangel. Yeah.
I do love how you describe them as team leaders.
Yeah. So they're like the powers that be. So we're going to over the next 3 weeks on Thursday nights, we're going to do the 3 managers, I guess, of these beautiful archangels. So we're going to do a bit of a meditation, have a bit of a chat about the specialties of those beautiful angels, and so Michael, Raphael, and Gabriel.
Yeah.
Three powers that we're going to.
And I think you said with Michael, we're going to, so, you know, ladies and gents out there, I want you to come into the workshop. It's on Thursday. We've got a series of 3, 7:30 to 8:30. Michael's going to help us to break those ties, cut those ties from the past.
Yep.
Beautiful. Raphael's going to help us with healing, communicate. Was Raphael the communicator?
No, that's Gabriel. Gabriel's and cycles, and she's really great with teachers and creatives and helping people to be a bit more, you know, creative. But Raphael does the healing side of things, so he's the master healer. And then Michael is the protector, helps you with protection and preservation of your energy. I like using the word preservation rather than you know, us coming from a fearful place, coming from that loving, let's preserve our energy, let's keep our energy vibration high, rather than thinking about shielding or protecting ourselves from something that's bad. So that's
I love that because we spend a lot of time talking about all the things we want to avoid. Instead of that, the energy, the effort that goes into talking about what we want to avoid actually creates more of what we want to avoid. Instead of putting the energy into the flip side of that, and that's what we will grow more of. Yeah. So, ladies and gents out there, we're going to do some quick readings for as many of you as we can tonight as we talk through, you know, all of these things that we are passionate about, which is all about growing better in body, mind, heart, and soul. Pip and I are very passionate about you know, our spiritual purpose, you know, who we are, where we are, what we are meant to be doing. All of that, of course, you know, is part of our blueprint. I mean, you know, so yeah, we don't have time to go, you know, right into our spiritual beliefs in that sort of that sort of way. But that's really where we're coming from. We'd like to, you know, give you as much as we can to kind of elevate you and get you moving back on track and get you moving in that direction so that you do what you've come here to do. But in the meantime, look, we might read for one of you, give you a little bit more at the end. We'll only do that, though, for people that are going to go to Pip's page and join up. So it's Pip Coleman, Conscious Courses and Therapies. I didn't actually have time to put, I was trying to do that link, but we might, I might copy paste that as we do a reading for, I might copy paste that into the comments. So we got Kat Gray. Kat said she would love a reading, please. Hey to, we've got Johnny Richo. Hello, Jodie's here. We'll start off with Kat and see what comes up with Kat. Scott would like a reading. I might pull an emoji card for Scott, but you can do Kat.
Cool.
And so, let me go and find that link.
Yes, we're just using the beautiful Archangel deck tonight, of course, because we're working with the Archangels. And the card that's come up for you today, Kat, is Clairvoyance. So it's a beautiful card there with the gorgeous Archangel Raziel, who's all about helping you to see more clearly and come from that spiritual sight, awakening your spiritual sight, which I love that, and helping you to see loving things with love, and also just clearing away. I do this really lovely exercise when I teach my Reiki students about clearing the third eye with a clear quartz crystal, but you can also do it with Reiki energy as well. So I feel like there needs to be a little bit of clearing of the third eye for you, and you can ask Archangel Raziel to help you with that, Kate. So that's fantastic. And he has a beautiful staff of crystals. You can see his staff with all the different coloured chakra crystals there. So yes, but your intention is to pull Raziel in and ask him to help clear the third eye, but it looks like you're on the right path. You'll be able to see very clearly very soon.
Lovely.
Already on his way. So I hope that makes sense with what's going on for you at the moment.
Excellent. Thank you, Pip. And now I've just posted the link to Pip Coleman Conscious Courses and Therapies. We want you to go and like Pip's page and come back here and tell us that you've done that. And you'll go into the draw to get a little bit more of a reading towards the end of this session. And if you've done that, we can also come back and do some quick little readings after the session. Hey, Pip.
Yes.
Right, beautiful. Well, Scott said, how are you? Scott, we are very, very well. Scott did send a message to me on my numerology page, Michele Scott, at Michele Scott on air. So we'll pull a numerology card. Oh, and this one's kind of fallen out there, Scott. So let's have a look. Oh, it's only a single digit. I was going to do creativity. Okay. So it's the number 3. I'm using Michelle Buchanan's numerology cards. Well, that's really interesting. So I was going to do, in numerology, Scott, every number is a personality, a character. Every number is a cycle. Every number also has a characteristic and trait. Also refers to an area of life. So basically, the numbers take you on a journey, and we can use the numbers in numerology to grow 9 key aspects in ourselves and 9 key areas of life. Your numerology profile also shows you the road that you are on, what you've come to learn, experience, how you've come to evolve at that soul level. We can have a look at what drives and motivates you. We can have a look at skills and, best suited in terms of career. We can see how you go in health, in money, in love and relationships. So there's so much to it, and it's very insightful for everybody out there that might be looking for some direction. The numbers and numerology can certainly provide you with a lot of information. So it's just the number 3. There's no numbers to add together here. With numerology, we add the numbers together until we are left with 1 digit. It's the number 3. So number 3 is the creator. Number 3 is the journey of self-expression. It's also yellow, so that ties in with the solar plexus, doesn't it, Pip? So it's all about empowerment, that confidence, that self-worth stuff. Yeah. So to me, and of course it's labelled creativity. So to me, Scott, what that's given you insight into, firstly, I'll talk about the number 3 as a challenge, which is the inner critic. So, wherever you're at the moment, I'd be having a good look at your inner critic, and is it lifting you up and helping you to move forward? Is it beating you up and holding you down and pushing you back? The number 3 is also overcoming that fear of rejection. And the more that we can learn to accept ourselves, warts and all, whatever's been has been, all we can do now is learn from that. So wherever you are at, what can you take out of where you've been that's going to help you now and help you move forward? And number 3 is the creator. So, it can be any way that you want it to be. The minute you change your mind, that's the thing about soul and spirit and energy and the law of attraction. We do not have to wait for anything, do we, Pip? It's no. In this moment now, I can, going, gone, any and all that no longer serves me, going, gone. And I can start again, and if you don't know how and you don't know where, then of course the first step is to reach out. In all those ways we know how to do, all the different bodies of healers out there, traditional, non-traditional. You can drop us a line. So the first step is that, reaching out if you don't know how, but also to decide, do I want to be better? Because the number 3 and the creator in that number 3 absolutely suggests to me that you can create whatever you set your mind to. Of course, there you go. I said, what did I say? 1 to 2 reading, 1 to 2 minutes. And then, of course, I babble on.
We can't help. Get on a roll.
We can't help ourselves. Okay, so what, Lisa? Now, did Lisa want a reading? Lisa Willardson, let's have a look. A reading would be amazing. Stephanie. Okay, we'll do a reading for Stephanie, Pip.
Okay. Oop, there we go.
And we'll see if Pip can be better than me with
yes. Well, I'll try to be fairly concise. But you've got the beautiful comfort card today, Stephanie. Archangel Azrael is coming in to give you comfort. And the comfort card is all about knowing that in your time of need, that Azrael is there to help you heal. And so the card is blue and gold. So the main color is blue, which means that it's about healing your communication, your throat chakra, and saying the things that you need to say in a loving way so that you can really be more happy with your life, basically, going forward. But it's all about healing at the moment, and knowing that Azrael is there with his arms around you, giving you a big hug right now and comforting you while you're in that space of saying what you need to say so that you can move forward. So it's a beautiful card. Nice.
That is awesome. And you were much more succinct than me. All right, I've got Kimmy Mack, and she'd love a reading. So yeah, Pip, how exciting that we're going to have the Archangel's meditation. And ladies and gents, you can come into each session on its own. You might choose to do one, not all three. It's $15 a session, isn't it, Pip? $15 a session, or $39 to sign up for the 3 sessions. We'd love you to go and join Pip's page, Pip Coleman Conscious Courses and Therapies. I'll pop the link into the comments. For everybody that does and comes back here and says that they've done that, you'll go into the draw and qualify for a reading that's a little bit longer than what we're doing here. So let's have a look.
These are mini readings, aren't they?
Mini readings, exactly. All right, so for Kimmy Mack, I've got 11 individuality. So I'm going to say that the area of life that this is pointing to with that number 1, Kimmy Mack, is all about you. Okay, number 1 is me at the center of it all. And if I'm not strong at the center of it all, then everything else is built on shaky ground. So let's get back to you, wherever you are at. That double 1 energy, of course, double 1 energy is the number 11, is a master number in numerology. And those master numbers, with great power comes great responsibility, but they do have great power. So we're going to say, so it's all about you at the center of it all. The next number there, that number 1, I'm going to say that that's your first key number. What's going to get you out of wherever you are at to build that stronger you at the center of it all is going to be that number 1, which is take charge. Okay, when number 1 is is sitting in the first key, then what gets you moving, what's going to unlock the door to that next step, that next stage, is going to be you stepping up, standing up, and really you've got to evolve beyond those mind monkeys and all of those words in your head that are saying you are not enough. Okay, just as Pip and I were saying a little bit earlier in this session, instead of focusing on instead of giving any more power to all those I am not enough, not clever enough, not pretty enough, not skinny enough, not rich enough, let those voices sit where they are, and instead of that, just start to listen to some other voices in your head that say I am worthy, that I deserve, I accept, I'm allowed. And you'll find that when those voices grow, you keep nurturing and keep listening to those voices. They will grow louder than the other voices, and you will absolutely be 1 + 1 = 2. So, take that stand and stick up for yourself and become your own best friend, and you will absolutely attract, okay? 1 + 1 = 2. So you're going to attract partnership. You're going to attract alignment. You'll find your tribe if you haven't already found them, but you'll find unity. You'll find togetherness. It's even pointing to romance if that's what you're looking for, or if you're in a romance, pointing to it being and going a little deeper than it's ever done before. Yeah. Awesome.
Oh, that's so interesting to say that about Evan, because whenever we are talking to our guardian angels or archangels, they say that if you hear a loving message, if you hear any sort of loving message, that's definitely coming from your guidance, from your higher self, from the universe, or from your angels. Whereas if you hear a lower message that's like, I'm not good enough, or, you know, coming from that sort of place, it's coming from the ego, it's usually not a positive thing. It's usually not coming from a higher space. So try to listen, and they're usually quieter as well.
Exactly, which is why you have to, start to listen. These voices get very loud, don't they, on the I am not good enough side?
Yes, they're very practiced. We practice those a lot more, don't we? We practice
exactly.
So it's
well, we've got Kerry who wants to get a reading from you there, Pip.
Sure,
Kerry Addison. Yeah, Kerry reading for you now.
Cool. Hi, Kerry. It's nice to have lots of people. I can feel all the.
I know, it's fantastic. Oh, and look, just as I looked, 33, which of course is can also be a master number in numerology, that 33 energy.
Fantastic.
Yes, fantastic.
So, Kerry, you've got the beautiful Angel Therapy card, which is actually Archangel Raphael, who I was talking about earlier, who is one of our master manager team leaders that will be doing the series of meditations with. So Archangel Raphael is letting you know to give your cares and worries to the angels, and particularly to him, to Raphael, and allow us to take care of your business. It's one of those things where a lot of the time we think that we're supposed to deal with everything ourselves. We think that we're supposed to take on everything, including stuff. And sometimes we're actually not meant to do that. It's actually not our responsibility to take on everything. So I feel that, Kerry, you've got a bit of a weight on your shoulders at the moment, and that is going to be lifted if you hand some of those things over to the universe and to Raphael in particular. And that's what therapy is all about. La, la, la.
Exactly. And I love that, Pip. I'm glad you brought that up. You know, for the longest time, and since I learnt that, which has been a good 30 years, I absolutely and always say that everything I do, I couldn't do what I do if I didn't absolutely believe wholeheartedly in my spiritual support team. Yep. So I have every single day I pray to Archangel Michael and thank Archangel Michael for protecting our home, our family, and us. And I elaborate. So, you know, I put together all sorts of different words every day, but I'm always saying thank you for protecting our home, our family, us. I always say, you know, my spirit guides stand beside me, above me, pave the way before me. And as you say, when I can't do it, when I don't have the strength to do it, I absolutely give it over.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. Thanks for reminding us about that.
Yeah. There's a beautiful quote from Robert Holden, who's a fantastic mentor, and he talks about whenever we think that, you know, we're not strong enough, it's because we're not supposed to be holding that thing.
I love it.
So it's actually, he says it better than that. There's a quote in A Course in Miracles where he talks about when you think that you're supposed to take everything on, it's actually not you that's meant to take it on. It's you know, who walks beside you, you know.
Yes, I love it.
Your ancestors, your spirit guides.
Exactly. That's exactly. Oh, you just reminded me again during the years when, you know, I needed a lot of support as a parent. I was a single parent. Yep. I called upon Mother Teresa.
Oh, yes, perfect.
To help me help my son. I used to say it all the time, help me help my son. Mother Teresa helps me help my son. All different ways. I used to say that all the time.
And a lot of people ask Mother Mary as well, you know, Mary.
Oh, Mother Mary as well, absolutely.
You know, and
actually, that's what I meant to say. I meant to say Mother Mary. Mother Teresa is the Calcutta lady.
Either way, they're both beautiful.
It was Mother Mary.
But they're both fantastic. I mean, the whole point is they're nurturing, and they help you, support you in that nurturing, and hopefully nurture yourself. You know.
Yes, exactly. Now, Jodie wanted a reading for her husband, Glenn. So I've already got the card going here. It's actually the pink that sort of stands out to me immediately. All about the heart chakra. So you know, there might be some hurt, some betrayal, something to clear in the area of the heart chakra. It's always interesting to me, Pip, that whatever we think is the problem isn't really the problem. Sometimes we think that like even in our wellness spiritual business, we think it's that, but in actual fact, it could be something completely different that we need to sort out. And when that gets sorted out, that moves ahead. Yeah. So maybe you may not think that the heart is the problem. Yes. You might think that not getting this particular thing is the problem, but in actual fact, if you go and fix that thing will work itself out. So it feels to me like it's the pink sort of says to me that it's something to do with the heart. It's spiritual career, which is interesting. So I would say that if it's in relation to work, that it's really about there's jobs that we do, and then there's the work that we've come to do at that soul level, and they're two very different things. And perhaps he's going through a time of just being in limbo, and kind of not knowing which step is the next step. The number 7 there, referring to that area of life, would be number 7 takes you on that journey through self, and in going will help you. Yeah, I know, right? It will actually help you. To me, the greatest gift that I've ever given myself was to take that journey in, to really grow in self-awareness, to really know myself, and to thine own self be true. Absolutely. Okay, that's just a gift. That's the biggest gift you can give yourself, because when you become your own best friend, when you truly know who you are, where you are, why you are, you just become the strongest center at the core of it all. And life will still happen, but it'll never knock you all the way down when you've got that at your core. And so I really feel that number 7, is showing me that that this is a time of going within. It is a time to kind of sort that out. Who am I? Where am I? The number 7 will also probably lead to some course of new learning. The number 8 there is your first key, because it's 78, and then 7 plus 8 equals 15, and then 1 plus 5 equals 6. And 6 is a great number for work, for business, right? But the number 8 says to me that what you need to do, the journey through self is important, getting to know what you want. There's a number of different ways that you can get to figure that out. You can, you can reach out in all sorts of ways. But number 8 is definitely about empowerment. It's really about stepping up and standing up. And, number 8 is the manager. So it's about, what can I do? Okay, what can I do? Where am I? Where do I want to go? What are the steps that are going to get me there? And then it's about really standing in your power and rising, okay? And then, as I said, that'll become 1 plus 5, which then becomes the number 6. And the number 6 is very much about, there's a lot of business success and work success in that number 6. Number 6 takes us back to the heart as well. Again, we are both believers in, if there's any lacking, nothing grows in a hostile environment. So if on that inner level, Jody, with Glenn, if he's harboring and holding on to, no matter, if he was done wrong by, then there's ways to kind of deal with that. But if he's holding on to the, 7 can be very much about trust. If he's holding on to any of that wrongness, it's actually affecting his being right, his right next steps to get to where he wants to go. So time to sort that out. Where's he holding on to? What's he holding on to? Let's kind of clear that, and the path will open. What do you reckon, Pip? You were feeling that one?
Yeah, that was really good. Like, I love that sort of energy of, coming to that, like you said, coming into yourself. It's so awesome. But isn't that so true though? When you find that some things are not working in your life, if you come back to you, and stop focusing on what other people are doing, what other people are saying, what other people are thinking of you, opinions, all that sort of stuff. If you come back to you, you're way more powerful place, and you can springboard from there. So it's fantastic that
that's so good. Jody said thank you, we're just talking about his work and his spiritual path.
And see, it doesn't
That's awesome.
Spiritual, like that said spiritual career, but that doesn't mean that he's going to be a card reader or a, you know.
No. It's about doing exactly. It's about
his spiritual career. Yeah, his spiritual growth and how he can bring himself, his authentic self, into any environment, any space that he's working.
And the number 6, actually, for Jody to say to Glenn, the number 6 is actually, the number 6 has a strong sense of justice. So the number 6 absolutely has the power, is empowered to, stick up for those that can't stick up for themselves, to really fight the big causes. And so I would ask, and I would think about where have you felt injustice has been done? Because when you feel that injustice has been done, where something wasn't fair or something wasn't right, that's absolutely your prompt. It's your prompt from spirit to show that that's where you are meant to be. That's where your energies are meant to be directed into. And then the path opens up when you're on track to doing what we've come. Your spiritual career, to me, is your service, isn't it, Pip? It's how you come to serve. And everything we do every day is about serving. It's not just to be in a spiritual business.
And it's your, what is it that you're bringing? What passion are you bringing to the world? What's your passion, and how can you bring it to the world, and how can you advocate for other people and advocate for yourself in a loving way?
Yes. Okay, so I just can't get the hang of a couple of minutes reading, I tell you right now. Okay, so Kerry said, hello, thank you for the reading, appreciates it. Thanks, Kerry. I think you pulled a card for Kerry. Hey, Pip, Jude. Hey, Pip, would love to get a reading on my work and my next steps. So people pull a card for you, Jude.
Jude, hey, Jude.
Hey, Jude.
And she gets that time bet. Oh, it dropped on the ground, but it's jumped out, so it's obviously meant to be. Oh, okay. So, Jude, you've actually got the beautiful Archangel Michael, who is another one of our master team leaders. And the beautiful Archangel Michael today is talking about crystal clear intentions. So that's perfect for what we've been talking about today. So it's saying you've been a bit unclear, Jude. You've been a bit how shall I say, a bit back and forth, a bit fuzzy about what it is that you actually want. And so the universe doesn't know which way to go. So what Archangel Michael will do is help you to be clear about what you desire and focus upon it with unwavering faith. And I think that's the key. That's the key, isn't it? Like not
absolutely.
Don't be different. Like pick something and go, this is what I'm going to focus on with unwavering faith. I love that statement, because if you focused on the thing that you were really excited about only to the exclusion of all other things for 6 months, imagine how your life would be different if you focused on just that one thing, and every day you did something towards that goal, that desire, that exciting thing. Imagine how it doesn't matter about everything else, will sort of fall into alignment with that one thing. And I remember someone posted that on Facebook, pick a goal and focus on it with unwavering faith, and then you'll see a massive change in your life over the next 6 months.
Yeah, so, I love it. Don't waver. Don't waver. I might get you to pull one for Johnny Retro as well.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've read for Johnny before, so we'll get you to do one for Johnny.
Okay.
He's one of our loyal fans.
What a great last name.
I know. He has to tell us, Johnny Retro, if that's if that's his stage name.
It's a fantastic name. All right, so Johnny, we've got the Archangel Ariel, who is actually, interestingly, Ariel is the female version of Michael.
Oh, okay.
Yes, she's sort of like the feminine side. She does the same sorts of things as Michael, but she's a girl. And she has feminine energy. So talking about spreading your wings, there's a beautiful picture there of the angel spreading the wings. So Ariel is all about, don't hold back right now, Johnny. It's all about the timing is perfect and you are ready to soar. So it's time to take steps now. Action. It's almost like the mist has parted. Everything is set in place. The universe is ready for you to springboard into your next steps. So don't wait. Whatever it is that you're thinking about doing, don't wait, because now's the time to start. And it's weird because a lot of people are thinking right now that they have to wait until coronavirus finishes, or they have to wait until they get
exactly.
We don't have to wait all the time. We don't all have to wait.
There's plenty you can do in the waiting.
Absolutely. And there's preparation that you can be doing. And
absolutely. Research, prepare, take the inner journey, figure it out.
Yeah. So this is about you not holding back, which is interesting. I like the wording of that too, because sometimes not holding back means saying what you want. So like what we were just saying about Jude.
Yes.
Say what it is that you want. Be crystal clear. Say what I want is this, and start taking steps towards that goal, whatever that might be. And it might not mean leaving the house, perhaps, depending on what you're doing, but it might be writing down a plan of action. It might be, making phone calls. It might be making phone calls to people. You don't have to leave the house to take action. So be creative about that. So
awesome.
Ariel is with you, Johnny. So I can feel her there with you now. So bringing you some balance as well. Feels like you've been a little bit focused on the masculine and need to be a little more balanced in the male and the female energies as well.
And Johnny might benefit from coming into the Archangel meditation on Thursday night, Johnny. So the link, everybody, the link to come into Pip's, Pip is facilitating Archangel meditations. This week it's Archangel Michael. Next week was Raphael, and the week after is Gabriel. Beautiful. But this week is a great week if you have got stuff from the past, you want to move forward, but you don't know, you've done the work. This is what I love about spirit, what I love about that soul's work, okay? That there's and this is how I think about it, Pip, there's a whole lot that I can do on this physical level, mentally, emotionally, physically. If it's not moving forward after I've done all that, then there's some spiritual stuff going on. There's something that needs to be cleared on that energetic level, and that's where coming into Pip's Archangel meditation on Thursday night is absolutely in your best interest, because you're working with Archangel Michael, and every time you go into a session, Pip, I'm guessing that they're all joining you in that room.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure. We can't do a meditation without them. That's what they're there for. So
you can really, really clear some deep stuff.
Yep. Yeah, look, you can clear whatever you want to clear. You can come in as a beginner and just start peeling the first layer of the onion so that you can get a little deeper, or you can come in and really take it to the depths of your spiritual self. Like if you want that deep, it's totally up to you. That's your decision how you want to go. Yeah,
come on in, Johnny. All right, Judith, Alison, can I have a guidance reading, please? I'll pull a numerology card for Judith. Let's see what area of life. What have I got there? 96, forgiveness.
Yes.
That sort of colour, that kind of, I feel like that ties into throat chakra as well as brow chakra. So, self-expression and then also that intuition, that inner voice, and, how well do you, do you hear it? Do you recognise it? Do you listen to it? As an area of life, or as a cycle, rather, number 9 is all about completion. So I wonder where you are at with that, Judith, because the number 9 is all about completion. The number 6 is all about family and relationships. So, it could be twofold. There could be something within family that's come to its, it's past its use by date, and it's come to that time where it's time to let go of. When you're in phases of the number 9, when it's about endings, I always say to my clients, it could be someone, it could be something, it could be a situation. It could actually also just be a part of yourself, a mindset, a program, a pattern, a belief system, a habit, a routine that you need to let go of. If it's within family, again, it could be a relationship with someone you consider family, someone in family. It could be a partner, or you know what? It could be letting go of some dynamic between you that hasn't been serving you, that it's time to, you know, put to bed. So there's certainly completion. It's certainly on that relationship level. The number 6 is about unconditional love. So I wonder if, again, that's kind of the theme of the evening, that you need to, that finally perhaps you're letting go of something that, some way of viewing yourself negatively that's been holding you back. The number 6 is very much about forgiveness, very much about the heart chakra. So, you know, it's about the heartfelt and the heartful and the wholeheartedness. And when we are coming from that place of being, you know, when you are really being in your whole heart, you know, when I used to have an affirmation, it might help you, but Judith, I see love, hear love, feel love, I am love. And I know whenever I'm in that spot, that space, everything, the path opens up and everything is much more ease and grace and glory. And then 9 plus 6 is 15 and 1 plus 5 is 6 again. And I'm thinking in terms of, well, the number 1, you know, healing the heart and something coming to completion that has passed its use by date will absolutely bring the number 1, which is a new beginning, the number 1, which is a more bold you, and the number 5, which is freedom and change. And then that leading into, again, it may be the end of a way of being with someone or yourself at that intimate level, or someone, but it absolutely leads to a better level of intimacy and authenticity between you. So there's a new beginning in that way.
What colour was that card again? It was pink,
well,
was it?
Sort of blue. No. I actually, and it's about expression. You know, again, if we're not actually, and we don't tend to talk from that vulnerability. We don't tend to talk from that heart space of how I feel, you know. So definitely kind of tying into how we express and having those hard conversations. The more that we can actually have those uncomfortable, get really comfortable in uncomfortable conversations. When we get comfortable and uncomfortable, I've had many uncomfortable conversations, but all of them have led to a better way of being with me and with them.
Yep.
It was bloody uncomfortable. It was really hard. But after that, freedom, new beginning, more intimacy within me, more intimacy in the relationship, more authenticity.
Yep.
More authenticity.
So true.
Okay, who can you? Oh, Tanya Dixon.
Tanya.
Let's pull an angel card for Tanya Dixon.
Okay. All right. Ooh. Well, interestingly, Tanya, this one jumped out again. We've had this card before for someone else, but it's obviously something we really, really need to hear today. Is the clear intentions card has come out again.
Oh, lovely.
So, Tanya, this one, if you weren't listening before, I'll just share with you. It's Archangel Michael. And he's talking about clear intentions. And one of the things with you is just to be really clear about what you desire, what it is that you want to focus on. And with you, the previous person who got this card was being fuzzy. They were being back and forth. They couldn't decide. But with you, he's actually saying that he's with you all the time. And you probably already work with Archangel Michael, because the fact that it came out so quickly as well, I'd hardly even started to shuffle and already jumped out. So that usually says that the person already works with the angels, already has a relationship with that particular archangel. And so one of the things for you is to remember that when you're asking, he is there. You know, sometimes we forget and we think that they're not really there and that we're just talking to ourselves. But he is there. And that's a little reminder for you to know that he is actually there when you call. He's definitely coming in and helping you to be more clear with your intentions. And you're doing a really good job already. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. So just a little reminder to keep doing what you've been doing, because you're doing a great job. And, you know, don't lose hope and faith. Yeah, I have a little shiver when Archangel Michael comes in. He gives me a little shiver, like, you know, so I know that he's there. But yeah, it's quite interesting. Everybody has their own way of communicating. You know, some are more physical. I'm a bit of an kinesthetic person, so I find that I feel when the angels are with me.
Too.
Whereas other people see them, you know, or not see them necessarily, but like in your mind's eye, they can see them. Others, you know, hear them more clearly. I mean, yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, lovely. Well, Johnny Rotten said, Johnny Rotten. Sorry, Johnny Retro. I'm thinking of Johnny Rotten, the
punks
from the 70s. Johnny Retro said, that is the most amazing read. Thank you so much.
Oh,
how lovely. Now, Sharon, did we do a reading for Sharon? No, I don't think we did. Let's pull in. Do you want to pull an angel card for Sharon?
Okay.
That would be lovely.
Sharon, what do we need to know?
It doesn't say anything specific. Just would love a card.
Okay. All right, my love. So we've got the beautiful Archangel Metatron telling you to prioritize. So this is interesting because some people think that when they prioritize that they need to do things, the shoulds come out, you know, start shoulding all over ourselves, don't we?
I love that. I haven't heard that for a while. We start shooting. I love it.
We do.
I must use that more.
So Archangel Metatron is actually saying to focus on your highest priorities, and that will help you to get organized and motivated. So if you've been feeling a bit sort of a bit lackadaisical, a little bit like then Metatron is really good because he also helps with, and I don't know if this is or I always find that I say things that need to be said, but if you've been feeling angry and a bit aggressive, and I say that because Metatron is absolutely perfect for people who are feeling very angry and frustrated and not being able to express that anger and frustration. He is the master at dissolving anger and frustration. So if you've got some feelings of anger and frustration and you're not expressing them, you might be feeling a bit depressed, because that is actually the underlying cause of depression, is unexpressed anger, which is really interesting. So Metatron is fabulous for helping us with letting go, dissolving any anger that we might be feeling. So hopefully that makes sense to you. And then when you can focus on your highest priorities, that means you are the highest priority, then you will actually be able to get more organized, more motivated, because you won't be feeling that heaviness anymore and that stuckness that we feel when we're frustrated.
That's fantastic. Well, and Jody said, love Metatron. I know, it sounds like, Metatron sounds like Transformers to me.
Yes, well, they did use them. They did make one of them.
They did. They do have a Metatron, do they?
They do. Yes.
There you go.
I love it. And he was, he was actually quite a powerful, and they all are very powerful. But Archangel Metatron is a great one. And he's got his flame there on the picture. He's got the violet flame. Love it. Yeah, he's one of the relatively new archangels. So if you don't know anything about the archangels, there's 15 of them, and 2 of them are relatively new to the team. And Metatron and Sandalphon are the 2 new ones that have just relatively new. So
just got their wings.
Yes.
I love it, and the workshop is filling up really quickly, ladies and gents. So we'd love you to come in. I mean, it's so interesting, isn't it? We're just going to start off with 3 in the series, archangels, and we're starting off with meditations. And so we'd love you. The link is in the comments. We'd love you to click on the link, takes you to the event. Click on going. I haven't actually put the links in there to pay. It's only $15 per session. And if you sign on for all 3, it's only $39. Fantastic opportunity to really do some deep inner healing, learn a little bit about the angels, and learn how to, most importantly, learn how to call upon them. And, you know, you've got an angel on your side, an archangel on your side. You've got that power with you for the rest of your life, honestly. So Kim would like a card pulled. Hello, lovely ladies. Very much appreciated card. I think they're all loving your angels cards there. So we'd love to see you also joining Pip's page. conscious courses and therapies.
My goodness, we're getting lots of double ups today, which always tells me when we get double ups that it's something that we need to hear as well.
Yes,
so
all right.
Archangel
I'm ready.
Azrael has come out again, the beautiful comfort card. So Kim, I feel that in my heart. I really feel your heart is reaching out at the moment and needing some comfort. And so Azrael is coming in just to let you know that they're with you, that he's with you and helping you with your heart, to heal your heart. And I can feel that ache that you have in your heart at the moment. And it's always hard when there's something that you feel like you're grieving. And a lot of people are grieving at the moment, not just people who've,
Yes.
relationship or whatever.
Yeah.
Lots of people are letting things go at the moment, and perhaps being forced to let things go with all of the things going on in the world. So we're sending you comfort for your heart to heal, and just know that beautiful golden and blue light of Azrael is surrounding you now and helping your heart to heal. So big hugs, virtual hugs to you, Kim.
Yeah.
We can't reach to you right now, but one day maybe we'll run into each other and we can give you a proper hug, a real one.
Yes, yes.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to actually see people again and be able to hug them.
Isn't it lovely? So we've got, thank you, ladies. We've got Johnny. Oh, Tanya, you know how we said Johnny Retro, then I said Johnny Rotten, then Tanya said Johnny Be Good.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, how gorgeous. Are we getting some lovely feedback? Sharon said, have I missed a read? Yes, you did, Sharon. So you'll have to watch the replay there. We did pull, I think it was an angel card for you. Or not. No, that was 16 minutes ago. Sometimes it's hard to facilitate all of the messages, because you would think they would just kind of, drop in one after the other and in that kind of, sensible order, but actually it's really nonsensical. And it's like, that one was 40 minutes ago. This one was 3 minutes ago. That was 5 minutes, and it's just all over the place. But anyway, so there you go. Nicole said that she's liked your page, so we will pull an angel card for Nicole.
Yes.
Because we're coming up to 7 o'clock, so we're kind of sort of running out of time here. But for those of you that have liked Pip's page, we can always we would like to do a little bit more. Actually, for Kerry, because she's Nicole Smith. So for Nicole, she's the only one that I've noticed who said that I've liked Pip's page. So Pip will draw a card for you. I'll also draw a numbers card for you, and you'll be the one that gets the little bit more.
Yep. I've actually got 2 cards for Nicole. So when
awesome.
Yeah, so they jumped out. So I'll put them to the side and we'll talk about that. So are we going to stay online and do that, or do you want to do that now?
Yes, no, we'll do that now.
Okay, all right, beautiful. So the first card that you've got is Archangel Jophiel, she's beautiful. So Jophiel is all about loving and beauty. Her name means beauty of God. She's absolutely beautiful. And she's just reminding you to be patient today. So she's saying that your dreams are blooming more rapidly than what you realize, and that they still need some nurturing and some patience. So I know it's hard when we have something that's not quite there yet. The beautiful Nancy Levin, who's a fantastic mentor and coach, she talks about the in-between stage, where you've got that desire out there, and then you're here in the now, and you're like, she gets you to practice being comfortable and happy and enjoying the not there yet, the not yet. So be patient. It's coming. The beautiful Jophiel can help you with that, so that you can see beauty in the waiting.
And it's good that you said not yet, because actually there's some completion that needs to take place. So the number 9 coming up, and of course the purple there, absolutely tapping into that brow chakra. So this is a great phase, I think, with that in mind, that it's definitely about completion, but also with that in mind about the inner voice, that this could be a great time to look out for the symbolism. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So every phase, Pip was saying before that, we don't need to ever be in, there is a period of wait, but in the waiting, how to explain. You can have a weighting in terms of physical exertion, but be doing a whole lot of work on an inner level.
Yep.
And that's what this is a great time for you. That there'll be a lot of symbolism. Follow the dots. You know, whatever speaks to you, a song, a movie, a series, someone says something and you go, oh, follow those dots, because those are the dots. Those are the whispers that are leading you to, as Pip said.
And interestingly, the second card that jumped out, it always happens, is divine order. So beautiful Raguel is saying everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see the underlying order. So everything in divine timing. I love it. Love it.
And then the other card that came out in the numerology, the numbers side of things, was healing.
Yep.
And again with those double sixes, you know, and again with the double sixes, they've come up a little bit tonight. It's all about the heart, all about healing the heart, all about nothing grows in a hostile environment. So again, going back to
growing in the garden. So
and go back to your garden. Go back to what you're planting in mindset. Go back to what you're planting on that emotional level, in that realm of feelings. You know, where is your focus each and every day? Is it on I am worthy? Is it on I am enough? Is it on I am allowed? I accept. I'm open to receiving now. Is it on gratitude? Thank you. Is it focused on life is wonderful, or is it focused on life is garbage?
Yep.
Because wherever it is at is going to absolutely ring true for you. And then 6 + 6 Pip is 12, and 1 + 2 = 3, and 3 is the creator. You're either creating or you're destroying. You're either, uplifting and inspiring yourself, or you're tearing down and beating yourself up. So create or destruct. And again, it's about going back to the inner world and seeing where my energy is in there, because that's the next step forward. Fix that and you change that and you change everything.
Fantastic. That's great.
Wonderful. So thank you, ladies. We would still encourage you to come into the event. The link is in the post to come into the event. Pip is running a fantastic series of workshops in our Wellness Community Retreats room. It's all about Archangel meditations. Join Pip's page, Pip Coleman, Conscious Courses and Therapies. We've got the link in the comments, and let's take it from there to really start learning, about the Archangels and how they can help you do better, be better, have better in life. And who doesn't want that, Pip? Yeah,
exactly. No one.
Everyone wants the good stuff. We all want the good stuff, and honestly, there's just that belief system. When you've got that spiritual belief system and in touch with your spiritual support team, then honestly, getting all the good stuff is made so much easier. So, Pip, thank you for joining us this week. Very grateful to have you on the show. We've gotten some fantastic feedback. So, if you want to go, Pip, and just say hi to people afterwards, then they would love that. They've all thoroughly enjoyed your beautiful angel cards. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. It's been fun, as always.
It is fun, isn't it? We'll see you next week on Wellness Conversations, the Woo Woo series. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.
Bye.